Over the past several decades, social attitudes about unwed pregnancy have changed dramatically. For most unwed mothers 30 years ago, the choice was to either marry and raise the baby together or give the baby up for adoption. Today, however, in the United States, only about 1% of unwed mothers place their babies for adoption. Adoptions in the United States 10 years ago are way different than they are now. In 2004, the number of adoptions was 22,990. Now, or in 2009, last when this statistic was tested, there have only been 12,753. This has almost been cut in half, completely. A modern popular catchphrase is a family can be anything as long as there is love. Yet, children are entitled to birth within the bonds of matrimony and to be reared by a father and mother who honor marital vows. Numerous studies have shown that children are far better off when raised by a mother and a father. These children are less likely to drop out of school, have behavior problems, participate in inappropriate behavior, become single mothers themselves, and live in poverty. And many unwed mothers find that single parenthood is much more challenging than they thought. Studies have shown that single mothers have higher rates of illness, less social involvement, and, if they are teenagers, are much less likely to eventually marry than those who place their babies for adoption. Some people may think that placing your child for adoption is like abandoning a child. But adoption is not abandoning your responsibility. It's taking more responsibility. It is truly taking care of your own because you're saying, I can't give this child what he or she needs, but someone else can. Another powerful factor in influencing an unwed mother's expecting decision regarding her baby is the opinion of her parents. It can be heart-wrenching for her parents, especially if this would be their first grandchild. I think this is often why grandparents offer to stay home with the baby during the day while the mother's at work, or even, oftentimes, raise the baby as their own. A lot of mothers feel great love towards their baby, and may believe that others could not offer the same love and care as a biological parent can provide. But it's not about biology. It's about stability and what is best for the baby. Your decision will affect the child not only through this life, but forever. In past years, most birth mothers who placed their baby up for adoption never saw the child again. It was almost as if the baby was put in a black hole. Often, birth mothers were left with unanswered questions. Is my baby okay? Did I do the right thing? Are they really in a better family than if I would have kept it? But children have questions of their own as well. What were my birth parents like? Why did my mom let me go? Did she love me? What about the dad? But today, many of these issues have been addressed as adoptions have become more open. Usually the birth mother gets to choose the adoptive parents before she has the baby and gets to meet them before birth. Together, her and the adoptive parents decide how often that they will keep in contact, whether it's by letters, pictures, and sometimes even face-to-face contact. This type of adoption really helps mothers move on. It helps them reaffirm that they did the right thing. He is happy, the baby is happy, doing well, and that the family loves him. It helps them heal faster as well. I'd like to tell a story that I found from adoption. There was a young couple, Chuck and Rachel Sharp, that learned that they were unable to conceive a child. Rachel had always wanted to be a mom. All growing up, all she had wanted to do was be a stay-at-home mother. So they considered adoption. They looked into agencies and started training to see if they could receive a baby. On the other side of the U.S., a young girl, Jessica, learned that she had just become pregnant, and the father did not want to be involved. She didn't know what to do. Would she keep the baby and raise it as her own? Would she give it up? There were so many questions and so little time. Rachel and Chuck finally finished everything that they needed, all the classes and everything that they needed to do to get the baby. They were just waiting for the call, for the right one. Jessica's father really wanted her to place the baby up for adoption, but all her friends thought that she should keep it and raise it as her own. Finally, though she didn't really want to, Jessica decided that she was going to place the baby for adoption and give the baby what she had had growing up. A kind, loving family, a father and a mother, possibly even brothers and sisters one day. She would give the child exactly what the baby deserved. Rachel and Chuck Sharp got the baby, and now little Eliza is 6 years old and has a little sister that was also placed through adoption. This has blessed both families through numerous accounts, and now Jessica is also married and getting a degree in nursing. Maybe she'll one day have, and hopefully one day have, kids of her own. Children are entitled to the blessing of being reared in a stable family environment where a father and a mother honor marital vows. Adoption is an unselfish, loving decision that blesses the child, birth parents, and adoptive parents. Adoption is not the abandonment of a baby, but an abandonment of self for a baby's sake.
Bravo! Bravo!